welcome back to the channel. So today we are making another tray mold. I have a tray mold here, duh. We're making another tray. This is going to be a scratcher tray, and what I mean by scratcher tray is I have another channel where I scratch lottery tickets, but it's a big community. It's an awesome community, you guys. So I am making a tray for someone, and this is going to be the logo going on that tray. It says logo for scratchers 12. This is my homegirl right here. She awesome as shit. I love her to death. So we're going to make her a tray today, and the colors are going to be green and purple. And the colors she wants are the lilac and the tea green. And this tray takes a lot of epoxy, so this is just going to be like the first layer here. I already mixed up the clear. So now what I have to do is dump it, so you can move that. Dump half of it in here. So what am I at? I'm at 5 right now. So I need to get this at 2.5. So I need to do equal parts of purple and green. Make sure that's right. A little more. And welcome back to the channel, you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I really appreciate you guys. Welcome to all the new subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. I make all kinds of cool epoxy stuff on here, cups. I've done candles on here, all kinds of cool stuff. We did some coaster sets. We did all kinds of stuff. I'll set that there. So I'm going to take the green. Put a scoop of that, 2 scoops of that in there. And we'll mix that up. And that is tea green. And we're going to take this lilac purple, which is really pretty. These are mica powders, or called pigment powders, however you want to call it. Do a little bit more of the purple. There we go. Set that to the side. I got a little bit right here. Okay, wipe that off. And then we're just going to make sure we mix this up real good and blend the colors in. Remember, when you are mixing anything with epoxy in a bowl or a cup, to scrape your sides. See that? Scrape your sides. You want to make sure you get it all mixed in and all together. Now, this tray will get this layer first today. Y'all hear that? We got some storms coming. Anyways, squirrel. You want to make sure you scrape your sides and mix everything up. But this tray will get a couple layers. It's going to get the green and purple today. It'll sit for 24 hours. And then I'll put the logo on it. And then I usually like to let the logo sit for an hour before I start pouring stuff. But I mean, you could pour it right away. And then it'll get clear. The shitty thing is, I'm waiting for my clear to come. And for some of you that haven't noticed or seen my community post, see, that's purple, isn't that pretty? So for this channel, I think I'm going to start posting videos every Wednesday. So every Wednesday there will be a new Princess Creations video out. Random shorts here and there, and then live when I can. I haven't been live on this channel in a while, but it's been a busy couple months, that's for sure. Same with the green. You want to make sure you scrape the sides, get all that powder color there mixed in. Beautiful colors. Kind of reminds me of a Joker, but it goes great with her logo. So let's get this. And this mold takes a lot. And there's the green. Alright, let's go. Let's get this set here. I'm just going to set it like that. Make sure you guys can see. Like that. I just got a piece of parchment paper here. It just helps because if I spill it on the glass, then it's not so hard to get off the glass. We're going to just set that there. And then we're going to pour at the same time. Starting from out to in. I want them to meet in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna get my green stick here because there's a lot of epoxy still left in here that's stuck in the bottom here. So I'm gonna scrape and get all that out. And then I'm gonna kind of just take this, oops, shit, I get that out. Kind of just move it. So we wanna make sure the green covers the whole bottom. And it's self-leveling, like I say, I'll say it again. Most epoxy is all self-leveling. Okay. So I need to actually scoop that out. It's got a little green right there. Now I'm gonna take the purple one and do the same thing and kind of just scrape the sides to get all that out. Don't want to waste none. So this will get a hefty layer of clear. It should be here any day, but that's okay because this has to all set anyways. And I'm going to do the same thing with the purple. I'm going to just make sure that it reaches all the sides and it's level. Of course, Snorbox is in here with me. When isn't he? Because this is the bottom. And then the logo, when this all dries, the logo is going to go in the middle. I want to make sure all the sides are touching. Okay. Now you're going to have a few bubbles. So I'm going to take some alcohol. And you can kind of see it doing its thing. And it pops the bubbles for you, which is freaking awesome. Instead of trying to get out that big ass heat gun and then all that shit. It's kind of cool how it's changing. I know you guys can see that. That's pretty dope. I like that. I like how that looks. I think it goes great with her logo. Beautiful. As the alcohol spreads, it pops the bubbles, which is pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat. I'm fascinated by it. I don't know. It's kind of like chemistry, like science class, right? Pretty much, if you think about it. It's just rubbing alcohol. And it's popping all the bubbles and getting them out. And I'll keep doing that as it's doing it. Now, I might swirl a little bit on the middle. I'm not sure yet, but I can't do it now. But this is to show you her logo here is going to go in the middle, but it'll go this way. And these colors are going to look freaking badass with this logo here. And then it'll get a pretty thick layer of clear on it. But this has to set for 24 hours. And then we will add the clear. Hopefully it comes in time. So we'll be right back. Alright, so this has set overnight, actually 2 days, because I was waiting for my epoxy to come because I was out. So I did put the logo on it, and you know, at the last minute I decided to swirl, I know there's glare from the window, to swirl the green and purple. Just a simple swirl up and down. And this is the logo. This is, I'm making this for a lottery scratch channel. And it's called Local for Scratchers. Awesome channel, awesome person. She's such a sweetheart. So we're going to go ahead and seal this in. And make sure you guys can see this here. So the sticker's down pretty good. I already mixed all the clear that I need to mix. So this is going to get this clear. And then that'll be it. And then it needs to set for 24 hours before I can pop it out. And then it needs to set for, I'd say, I like a week, but 72 hours out of the mold, and then I have to go around and sand the edges, and you guys will see all that. So let's go on and pour that. I mixed this. This is literally 8 ounces of epoxy resin. So I have the resin and the hardener, part A, part B. You put them together, make sure you have equal amounts, and then you just stir it for a while. Make sure you scrape your sides. So we're gonna get all that off that we can, because it all needs to go in here. And then we're just gonna pour. Make sure you guys can see this. Because we're just sealing everything in. Sealing in the decal, this beautiful purple and green. This is really pretty. Her color choice was amazing. And we want to scrape out everything we can get. So all together, this takes pretty much a pound of epoxy, because I did these 8 ounces of the bottom background layer, the green and purple. We're getting ready to get some nasty ass storms, y'all. And then I will take my heat gun and get out any bubbles if there's any bubbles. But that's pretty much it for today. Got that on there, and it has to sit 24 hours, and then maybe a little longer before I could pop it out, just because it's gonna be thick, you know what I mean? That is, but it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be an awesome looking scratch tray. You guys see that? I can't pick it up and move it. So I have a few little bubbles here, and I usually just take this thing here, and you could just kind of move them to the side, and they pop on their own. Just like that. So I'll be keeping an eye on it for, let's say about a half hour. I'm in here working on some other stuff, and I'll just take this little stick. They pop on their own, but I want to make sure that they pop. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. Kind of just get some movement in there to help pop it. But usually, to get rid of bubbles, when you mix your epoxy and your hardener together, after you mix it, let it sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes. Because you have usually about an hour of work time. Just let it sit, and all the bubbles will raise up to the top in the cup. And that's all we're doing today. Working on the bubbles, getting them out. I think this is going to be a freaking awesome looking scratcher tray. I think she's going to love it. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for 24 hours, and I'll try to pop it out 24 hours. Well, we will be right back. Alright, you guys, this has been sitting actually for 48 hours. I let it sit for 48 hours because this thing is thick. It's thicker than it looks. But I think it turned out freaking amazing. So let's go on and pull this sucker out of the mold, right? So we're just going to kind of loosen the edges a little bit. Now, mind you, I still have to go around and sand the edges because they might be a little sharp. And then once I sand them and wipe it off, it is good to go. And I will let it sit for another 3 days over there on the flat table. All right, let's get it. Let's see how this looks. Let's see. Oh, this thing's heavy. So this is the back. I know there's a glare from the window. So here's the back. Nothing, on the back. But these are the edges I was talking about. You see how thick that is? Here's the front. I think it turned out absolutely amazing. This is a scratcher tray. What I mean by scratcher tray is you put a lottery ticket on it and you scratch your ticket. This is for a channel on YouTube, Local for Scratchers. Awesome channel, you guys. Go over and check her out. This turned out beautiful. The colors match the logo perfectly. So like I said, what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to go through and sand these edges because they are a little sharp. You can see how thick it is. And then it needs to sit for 72 hours on a flat surface, and then it'll be ready to go to its new home. So I hope she likes it. I hope you love this Sybil. I think it turned out freaking kick-ass. Like I said, I'm going to sand it. It's going to sit for 3 days over here, and then I will get this shipped out to you. And I actually have another tray to work on, so we will start on that. But we're going to finish this cup up I got going here. And there's that. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. If you're new here, go on, subscribe. It don't cost a thing. Hit that like button. Turn on the notification bell. Until next time, you guys, I upload new content every Wednesday, and I do random shorts and go live here and there. You guys have a great one. Bye.